Kaisa, for having me. I'm really happy to be part of this webinar. And of course, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. Today's topic is rather interesting. Being able to drive sales at a distance. Interesting, isn't it? As we look at the current climate that we're all facing in the region, I think it really makes sense for us to relook at the challenges that we are facing and looking at the type of technology that we can adopt. Whatever that the Philippines is currently facing is also similarly experienced by neighboring countries across ASEAN. That's my personal observation. So this is Oracle Safe Harbor statement, as we'll be doing a product demonstration later, showing some product features. It's meant for information purposes only. So looking at the very big picture, which is the digital transformation strategy, we know the importance of having e-commerce. We also know the importance of having a point of sale system. But did you know that powering these technologies, these applications, be it POS or e-commerce, is actually importantly the ERP component, or the enterprise resource planning system, that stores the master settings, that stores all your item codes, your customer data, your processes, business processes that you have taken years to develop. And with the right ERP, these are what we call leading practices built into the solution. I think it's really compelling in your upcoming or future evaluation of an ERP. If you're in that journey, do consider a cloud ERP simply because of accessibility. Some of us across the region, in fact, are all working from home. Some of us maybe partially are allowed to go back to the physical workplace to conduct some of our operations. But all in all, continuity is important. Therefore, being able to access the core system of your business is critical. And that's where the cloud component comes into play. The second item that I would like to highlight would be the security aspect of such a cloud system. Instead of spending resources or hiring experts resources to your organization to be part of your IT team to take care of this, why not leave this to the experts who runs this on a daily basis, the bread and butter of actually offering cloud services to consumers. Yeah, all right. As we go deeper, as your business expands, as your business progress beyond the borders of the Philippines into regional countries, for example, then it makes a lot of sense to evaluate a system that is scalable according to your business growth. That will come into consideration when we think about multi-currency. We think about the various tax regimes in ASEAN alone. So many different countries, all different challenges in terms of tax, multi-subsidiaries, and also multi-language. Okay, if we can somehow encapsulate these three critical components into a single integrated system, that's where we are able to achieve omni-channel. And what does that mean? What kind of value does that bring to your business, to your customers, in fact? For you, an integrated system provides end-to-end visibility across your business processes. What does it mean? It means that once an order gets captured from the e-commerce component, for example, the data flows directly into the ERP so that you can provide track and trace into the order mechanism, into the order transaction itself. Your warehouse personnel will be able to do what's next. Will be able to process the order, pick the order, and pack it to be delivered to your customer at the soonest possible time. And along the way, keep your customer updated on the progress of the delivery. This integration, this visibility is only possible if the entire system covering e-commerce, the ERP, or the point of sale systems are all integrated within a single environment, if you like. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about e-commerce as the key topic of today, which is ways of actually capturing sales and attracting new customers as another business revenue stream for your business. And in this region, we have captured and monitored three key strategies that works very well when it comes to e-commerce, starting with realizing the fact that consumer behaviors are changing due to the pandemic that we are all facing. Whatever that took 2 years to progress in terms of e-commerce adoption, technology, and so on, actually have been compressed into 2 to 3 months. The development has been so rapid that everyone is struggling, all businesses are struggling to adopt what would be the right strategy, what are the areas that as a business owner, what I should be focusing on with my team of people. Yeah, right. So in terms of statistics, we look at from the US, online sales have jumped by 49%. This is in the early part of March. If you recall, that's where we were faced with the start of the pandemic from March, early March. And we compared this to the later part of March and April. Simply everyone has gone indoors and e-commerce transactions have, jumped ahead. I give you some really interesting examples when it comes to categories of products, what is actually doing well and what is not doing so well. We know that groceries, alcoholic beverages, interestingly, and books have all increased in terms of revenue. And, very nice explanation to all this. We can't go out to the supermarket to the market to get our groceries, and therefore there's a jump. Beverages as well, and we have more time on our hands indoor at our home. So in terms of books, there is increased sales. What about categories of items that have gone down in terms of sales? Luggage makes sense, right? We are constrained to our home. We can't travel, therefore there's no need to buy luggages. Likewise for cameras, there's no sightseeing. And similarly, like this webinar, we are all working from home. Some of you may have resumed activities to the physical office, but all in all, formal wear in terms of sales have reduced. Interesting observations from these statistics. When it comes to statistics closer to home in the Philippines, similar observation. I've compiled 2 set of numbers to check the retail sales statistics year on year. So the top chart is saying that we had a pretty good growth in December, but then it all went downhill as the lockdown was kicked into, in place. And similarly, from another statistics from another website, we also see the similar curve whereby it was good in December, January, maybe because of the year-end sales, the holidays, and then towards May, it really dipped badly. Okay. Now, when we consider this dip in the numbers, let's look at what are the impacts when it comes to e-commerce. Again, in the country of the Philippines alone, we have noticed that the revenue for 2020 has jumped by 42.2% year on year. All right, that is about 3.5 billion worth of sales. If you look at the breakdown of the items within year 2020, these are the ones that most revenues are generated from: fashion, electronics, toys, hobbies, DIYs. A lot of people are spending indoors, furniture, and also food products. And the projection across 2021 to 2024 is almost exponential in that sense. So post-pandemic, this trend will continue to change the way people consume products. And with that in mind, I would like to share the 3 key strategies that work for an e-commerce business, starting with brand reliability, followed by brand engagement and pipeline breadth. Okay. So you may wonder, what exactly are we talking about when we talk about brand reliability? What is the big idea? Now, the key is to give your shoppers, give the assurance, let them feel comfortable and confident to continue to place orders through your e-commerce site if you have already an e-commerce business. And why is this important? We want to be able to build trust between your brand and the shoppers. We want to be fully transparent with how your business have been impacted by the pandemic, and we want to also let them know all the possible questions they may have before placing the order. For example, how is delivery time impacted? What about in terms of sanitization, in terms of packaging? How are all these factors affected by the pandemic when I purchase an order through your website? So with that in mind, what are some of the tips that you can adopt into your e-commerce business? These are a couple of observations. The first one would be very upfront. Use the promotion bar at the top of, I'm sure you have noticed it in most of the e-commerce websites in the market. Make use of the promotion bar to inform your shoppers, number one, that you are open for business. It's very important. Number two, communicate, what are the changes when it comes to lead times in terms of inventory replenishment limitation, possibly disruption because of supply chain challenges, delivery restrictions, and so on. If your existing e-commerce strategy, number three, can capture the shopper's key concerns before placing an order via a poll, that will be fantastic. Yeah, gauging exactly what is troubling or what is concerning a shopper before they convert that order into a shopping cart, and then finally placing it, confirming that. And number four, for brick and mortar businesses, I think now will be a very good time to look into this strategy and add additional delivery options. We have the deliver to home option, of course, but also add things like curbside pickup or self pickup, because obviously people try to minimize being in the physical store, due to increased risk of exposure. So add these options to your delivery methods to your customers. These are some of the examples that I will share. Let's say Factory Mation, a company in the US, they make use of the top header to communicate that they're open for business. That's number one. And how is it impacting their business operations? Right at the top of the website. And once they drill in, let's say the customer would like to know more, have the information communicated clearly. How is it impacting the order? How is it impacting the shipping? And of course, contact them if necessary. Another website that I find very nicely designed in terms of communication of messages, clarity of the message, is from UPS. Fantastic adoption of the ideas that I've communicated, usage of the top banner, communicating the concerns when it comes to placing an order, establishing confidence to the shoppers. These are all the things that UPS has actually done right for their website, for their e-commerce website. And this is the one that I spoke about earlier. Check if your current e-commerce solution can easily add additional delivery methods for the customer. Example, curbside pickup. Okay, so that very quickly is strategy number one, which is the brand engagement, brand reliability, sorry. The second idea is on brand engagement, and this is about, if you already have an e-commerce solution, make sure the website is fast, make sure that people can also access your e-commerce solution via mobile devices. And why is this important? Statistics have actually told us that everyone is spending much more time in front of their mobile devices. Example from China, they have recorded a 30% increase. Lifestyle have changed. Everyone is indoors. way everybody consume products have changed. And the second item is, if your solution can run on a mobile device, optimized, ensure that it has responsive design built into it. What that basically means is, as you scroll, as you the screen itself is optimized automatically into the whatever devices that the consumer is using. So minimum scrolling from that sense. It's very easy to navigate, has a very easy checkout experience, and all this adds to the success of converting the order for the visit by the customer. All right, and here again are some of the ideas that we can share with everyone. Typically, most businesses will have product category as the main filter in the e-catalog. But think about this, everyone now wants to have their goods delivered to them soon as possible. So why not add this additional filter in terms of timeline to the selection criteria, to the search criteria? Have a ship by timeline, maybe show me all products that you can deliver within 24 hours or 48 hours and so on. Yeah, this makes the process much easier from a customer's viewpoint. Verify, number two, verify the estimated delivery time again, and make sure whatever you communicate to the consumers are accurate. This will create a lot of trust, a lot of reliability. For those businesses that have not embarked on the e-commerce business stream or business channel, if you like, think about this. This is actually a very good time to start to design, start to invest in this e-commerce strategy, because beyond 2021, we have seen the trends that I shared earlier. This is going to continue. Yeah. And the third strategy is about pipeline, increasing your pipeline. And the main idea is to look at your entire customer database and figure out ways to attract these qualified visitors to your e-commerce site. Okay, and why is this important? I cannot think of a better time to do this now, simply because people have more time, people are more connected to the internet. Email marketing would be the best way of reaching out to your customer base. All right, even with existing customers, as mentioned in my earlier sharing, keep communicating, keep updating them with the latest development, right? The idea is to tell them that, number one, your business is open for business. Number two, because of the pandemic, certain things have changed, but we are still okay. Please have confidence to place an order in our website. So what are the ways that we can achieve this? Statistics again have shown that digital advertising is really effective in capturing attention of the consumers for a longer period. We have seen YouTube news viewership increase by fantastic 75%. Everyone is keeping close on what is the latest in terms of news, so this sticks in their mind. And the third will be to use advertisements to remind your shoppers that your business is open for them to come and transact. Okay, so to quickly recap, what I've shared with you is 3 very effective strategy that you can adopt for your e-commerce business. Number 1, adopting and creating a very strong brand reliability. The second one will be on brand engagement, making sure that devices such as mobile or tablets all can run your e-commerce solution optimized with minimum scrolling, easy checkout experience. And the third strategy is to revisit all your customer database and think of how you can reach them, communicate the latest news on your business. Very effective way will be online advertising.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm David Kanya, Solutions Architect from Kaisa. I'm going to show you some functionalities and capabilities of Oracle NetSuite that can help you to generate more customer by providing channel without going to their comfort zone. This is a sample web store developed using our Oracle NetSuite site builder. Without any integration to a third-party website or application, you'll have a seamless process from leads generation, Salesforce automation, up to order management. Using this site builder, you can easily set up or configure based that will fit on your brand or business. Here. You might advertise to other platforms that you can lead your buyer or prospect to your web store. Here, this is a sample web store here. From your web store, you can check all the products or services that you offer. This is a sample product here that you can check the details, the quantity. But you can also check more details once you click this kind of product or item here. Okay. For them to place an order from this web store, they need to register to your website. This is a sample fields that can fulfill for them to log in this web store. But for this demo, I will already log my registered account. Yeah. So once you have already registered and signed in your account here, you can now place your order by selecting a specific product. Once you have place an order, you can check the status in my account tab. Here in my account tab, you can see the billing, the orders such as my enter orders and see orders and other estimates and emails. And we also have a support. Let me check the C orders that I already placed an order. So you can see we have existing sales order here. So I placed an order for a iPad Pro. So we have the document number, the name of the customer, and the status. You can check the currency and also the amount. You can check more details. For you to check such as the item, the iPad Pro, we have this, the quantity, the shipping details, billing, accounting, and the other more. From this, so once they registered to your web store, it automatically create a lead record to our NetSuite. Let me show you the lead record created when I was I registered. This is a sample lead record that was created when I registered through that sample web store. So I have the primary information here. So you can see we have the name, the company name, lead status. You can see that already won and closed here. We have the contact information. Below that, we can check all more details. This is an admin view in a NetSuite. So we can check the lead information. So where this customer coming from. So we have the lead, web lead. We have the web store here. You can also check the receivable accounts that related to this specific customer, the tax information, balance. And we also have the audit trail. This is where we can check all the changes for this specific customer. So as you can see, we have this system here. So we have the date that who set the changes, the content. So we have the system that create my record when I registered through that web store. And as you can see, there's changes in the lead status from qualified, proposal, up to closing, since I already placed an order to that from that web store. We also have a access subtab here that you can give access or you can delete their access through that web store, but just unchecking this checkbox here. You can also force a password change if they have any issue in forgetting or they forget the password. You can easily change this into a default password here by your administrator. So once you check that customer information to lead informations, let me check our inventory item. So this is a sample inventory record that available in our warehouse, in our web store. Sorry for that. So basically we have the primary information. We have the unit of measure, different unit of measure, such as stock unit, purchase, and other more. In our subtab here, we have the purchasing inventory that you can set up the purchasing method here. We also have the location, the multi-location that you can check the available on hand in our different location if we have multiple warehouses. We also have check the value, the average cost, last purchase, and the reorder point for your threshold. So there's more column here depending on your requirement. In our sales pricing subtab that you can set up your pricing in a different currency. You can do that. You can also place a default discount here based on the quantity. You can also have that. The accounting subtab that you will configure and define in the first place in such as mga COGS account, asset, and sales account here. We also have the web store. This is the subtab that you will configure the item that will how it will be displayed on our web store. The description, we can uncheck this if you don't like to display this to web store. And we also have the related records. Yep. As you can see, we have this existing transaction. So we have the date, we have the sales order, the document number, same as sales order we have here, the 31. So, and the customer, and also the amount. So once I click this, this will be redirect to a sales order. So this is a sample sales order form that native in our NetSuite. So still in the pending fulfillment, we have this complete information. Yeah, that's it for the Oracle NetSuite process. How Oracle NetSuite process the leads generation up to sales order. But as a user, how can I manage this type of information? So we need a dashboard for this. In my next tab, this is a sample dashboard. This is also pre-configured or predefined by NetSuite as and CFO. So I have the feed. So this dashboard, these tablets, these tabs, this notification, this portlets is pre-configured based on the leading practices of NetSuite. We have the content of this. We have the notification, the reminders, subsidiary navigator that you can navigate multiple companies in one view. We had a report here. We have the navigation shortcuts, tiles, KPI that you can set up. So you can check all the performance such as sales, expense, revenue, and other more. Below that, we have a different views of reports available in our dashboard that you can easily change into different format. We also have the financials. This is very important to our CFO. And other portlets available. The good thing here is as long as you have access or given by your administrator, you can customize on your own. As long as easy as drag and drop, you can easily change the positioning of your portlets. You can easily remove if you don't need it. You can easily set up, edit the filters. And going back to my subsidiary navigator, this is for multi-company. If I click a parent company, as you can see, some of our portlets are refreshed, meaning all the details is specifically for the all company. But if I click a specific sub-company one here, it also refresh the details, the figures, the numbers here. So also already forwarding to a output of this sub-company one. That is a role-based solution also, that you can have multiple roles in one user. I'm not just an CFO, but I can be also a sales rep if I want. If you want to check sales rep view, you can also do that. This is also pre-configured. This is also predefined. So it's already defined once you log in as a sales rep. So the content of this sales rep dashboard has an notification such as calls to complete, opportunities to close, and an item list that available to sell. So as you can see, we have these images items here. What we have here is the inventory location or warehouses that available on hand, on order, on sales order, and available to sell. How many items still available to sell? We also have the KPI meter here that you can set on your own for your new leads, set expectation for your performance. We have the tasks or shortcuts, sales operations here. We have you have a summary view for your new leads and customer and other details. We also have a weekly sales order that you can easily change a format here to a monthly. Still, basically, this is a real-time information as long as there are transaction done. So you can refresh it by transacting, and this is real-time information. We have the KPI also. And for this shortcut, we also can check the list, the transactions, the tools, and the reports. I already opened in my browser here, such as sales by item summary, sales order by customer summary, sales by sales rep summary, sales back order report, and sales by customer detail. This is a standard report available in NetSuite that you can also customize on your own. You can also add more column, and you can publish this report to your dashboard. Once you log in your NetSuite account, you already see this kind of report. Aside from this standard report, you can build your own report by using a NetSuite report builder. Here, we can also check filter here. So we have from to date as different companies or subsidiary content. We also can add a column here. And the good thing about these reports, you can export in a different format, such as CSV, Excel, PDF. You can also print it directly or email or by scheduled email. So if you'd like to receive this kind of report every Monday, 8 a.m., we can also schedule that. And from this report, you can add more column. For this demo, I would like to add a location here. This is also a real-time reporting. So let's see. And from this report, you can also create your graph for your reporting. So you can bar graph, pie, and use graph. You can export this kind of report here. And good thing about this reporting is you can drill down up to transaction level. From this view, you can easily check this kind of detail here for you to redirect in the more summary or detailed transaction record. See, it will redirect to your inventory record here.
Recap on some of the things that I found interesting. I think, Dave, you demonstrated the how the two systems actually integrate with each other seamlessly. We've seen how the orders coming from the e-commerce flowing into the ERP backend system and how the order is being processed. The second thing is also on the dashboard itself. You showed how a dashboard has been pre-configured, for example, to the role of a CFO or to the role of a warehouse manager. All the KPIs, the reports, the transactions, the functions are all pre-configured to that particular role. So fantastic in that sense. Number three is the ease of configuring your own analytics and reports. Those are all capabilities of NetSuite out of the box. If I can go back one step before this, there is the digital transformation strategy that I spoke earlier. Evaluating the e-commerce solution is important and the POS solution, point of sale, but I think it is also equally important to realize that there is a powerful ERP solution that is enabling, that ensures that all the transactions flowing from all these different modules are seamless, so that you can provide an integrated view to your employees, your heads of departments, and also to your stakeholders, your partners, employees, and also if you look at the other spectrum of the solution, your suppliers as well. And on the three main strategies that we shared about e-commerce, the importance of creating brand reliability, making your shoppers feel confident when ordering from your website. Then on brand engagement, ensuring that your customers have a very nice customer experience when performing shopping. And the third one would be communicating, reaching out to all your customer database. Very effective means would be through digital advertising. As a next step, we understand that the transition to have a presence in e-commerce is maybe overwhelming for your business in terms of time, in terms of resources, knowledge, and maybe also even in terms of investment. At NetSuite, we realize that this is overwhelming, and therefore we are, together with Kaisa Consulting, would like to take customers through this journey together, through what we call a stairway approach. We always start by establishing what is critical for your business at this point in time, which is financials, getting the CRM, the customer data correct, and also be able to make the important decisions through available pre-configured dashboards. Yeah, as your business elevate or expand, then we can take it another step by looking at the e-commerce strategy that we spoke about. Okay, basically the idea is to take bite size, step by step, grow as your business grow, and NetSuite together with Kaisa Consulting will be together with you in this journey. All right, so that's the ideas and content that I would like to share with everyone today.